Danny Finkelstein, we're what, 10 weeks into this coalition. What's the most surprising thing about the way it's been working so far?
The most surprising thing is that it exists at all, Michael. The idea before the election that they would enter into a full agreement, I don't think it properly occurred to anyone. So once they had gone into it full-heartedly, I'm not surprised that it's stable, I'm not surprised that it will last. What I was surprised by, as an old observer of the Liberal Democrats apart from anything else, is their willingness to commit to that arrangement. Now, people think that it won't be a long-lasting agreement. Once they've stepped into it, it's very difficult to step out of it. The Conservative backbenchers may be anxious about the Conservatives giving away too much, but if you think about it, if they were to split from the leadership, they'd probably split the Conservative Party forever, maybe destroying the party altogether. The Liberal Democrats, can they pull out now that they're in and they're low in the opinion polls because they're the junior partner? Or will they want to wait to see it through and to show that they can make a success of it and run on the basis of that success? I think they would want to do that. So once they're in it, I think it's more stable than it looked at the beginning. And the only surprise of this coalition is that it exists in the first place.
I mean, you're a Conservative moderniser. Do you think David Cameron has been able to be more radical by having a coalition with the Lib Dems than he would have been if he'd had, say, a single-party government with a small majority?
Well, any Prime Minister is reliant on a coalition of support. And if David Cameron had a small majority, he would have been reliant for that majority on people well to the right of him. And now he's reliant on people who are to the centre left of him. I think that probably does suit him better. I think he probably is more comfortable actually making compromises in that direction, and it probably drags him closer to the centre of opinion, drags the Conservative Party closer to the centre of opinion. The biggest problem the coalition has to guide against, though, is that David Cameron and Nick Clegg don't become so close to each other that they no longer are attached to their party machineries, to their natural party support. That could cause tension, that could cause difficulty in Parliament, in House of Commons and in the House of Lords for the coalition. But these are pretty canny politicians, and David Cameron, I think, has shown that he's quite imaginative and capable of taking his party with him. So I don't think, at least for the time being, that is going to be an issue. In the long term, of course, I think the coalition could become quite unpopular because of the need to make cuts which people aren't really necessarily expecting, and when it does that, it won't necessarily dissolve the coalition, but it could make it a very rocky ride.